Hey guys, it's October. It's my favorite month. I love October because all the leaves start changing colors and the drive up the canyons are the best, especially when you have like a pumpkin spice latte. So I don't know, I just love the weather as well. It's not too hot, not too cold, and it's also boot season. Everybody knows I love boots. Yeah, I figured I'd start this October with a spooky story. So those of you that don't know, I'm a paranormal investigator, and I have an awesome team that we go and investigate and travel, and we have like the laser grids, we have like computers, we have the cameras, we have the voice recorders. We do all of that, and it's super fun and adventurous to just go out there and see what we capture and then like try to like match it up with the history and find some substance to it. It's really cool, and I love the adventure and the adrenaline of it, of being like by yourself and the creepiness. What triggered me to become a ghost hunter was when I was little. So I've had experiences, probably experiences that no one wants to ever experience. So it's always got me interested in that kind of field. So this is how my story starts. So when I was 12 years old, I lived in Argentina with my mom, my dad, and my brother. At that time, my brother was 6 years old. One day, my parents and I come back from the grocery store, and we get to our front door, and there's like these witch shoes. Like they're literally like legitimately from like the 1800s. Legit, like it's the real thing. These old 1800 shoes that look like witch shoes was like perfectly, like the pair perfectly put in front of our door. Like, I don't know what that means. I know in the neighborhood I was in, we had a couple people that practice witchcraft and voodoo. So I don't know. So if anybody out there knows what that means. So the shoes were, the pointy part of the shoes were like facing our door. And then along the side of our door, there was blood. Like, it wasn't paint, because we double checked. It was legitimately blood. Like, there was blood right there, and it was like coming down the wall, like the walls of the outside. And it was the scariest. My mom freaked out. Bless her soul. Like, she couldn't understand who would do that. And at the time, we were the only Americans that were living there in that area. There's other Americans that lived there, but we were the family, the American family there. So we were actually really well off financially and had a great job and things. But seriously, after that, I swear that was some type of curse, because our family broke apart not many days later, and my dad ended up leaving, and my mom was depressed. It was probably one of the darkest moments of my life, and thinking about that, retracting my thoughts and memories, is like ones I don't ever want to ever remember ever again. But I swear, after that, everything went down in my life. Like financially, after my dad left, there was no work, and my mom had no job, so we were so poor. Like, I was lucky to have like a meal a day. So it was very hard. It was very hard. And my mom started to deal with depression after like my parents separated. Yeah, but that's not the only thing that started happening. Like, things started to happen in our house. Like, at night, our kitchen like chairs would start moving, like shifting, and you can hear like the wood on the tile, because it was all tile. All the house was tile, even our bedroom and everything. And you can hear the shift of the kitchen tables, like going side to side, and you would go out there, and all of our tables, like the table chairs, would be in different positions, different places. One would be on the other end of the freaking like room, and oh my gosh, I'm like getting like these like goosebumps, just getting like all those memories back. And then you would hear people call your name at nighttime, like my mom especially. So after stuff started to happen like that, my mom would have us sleep in her bed every night, because she was so scared, and we were so scared, and we couldn't just leave the house. Like, there was nowhere for us to go. We were like dirt poor. Like, our radios would turn on by themselves. Like, it would turn on and at its loudest, so bad. And then like every time, like at midnight and at 3 o'clock, those 2 hours, you would always hear a baby cry, a fake cry in our bathroom. Our bathroom would always have a baby cry, and it was the scariest thing. You could hear it like with your own ears. And we would have our bishop come and bless the house, and that wasn't working, maybe for a day. And then we would have a Catholic priest come and bless our house. That didn't work. Like literally we had all types of bishops and priests and whoever it was come and like bless our house because it was insanely crazy. We would have like our toes be pulled back, like pulled. Our covers would come off. I don't care whoever doesn't believe in that stuff. I sure do, because those experiences not only happened to me, it happened to my mom, it happened to my brother, it happened to my aunts that would come and stay over, like all those things. So there was this one night, and I will remember this because my brother, he was 6 at the time, we remembered this. So my mom had to go to the grocery, like she went late, and she went, and it would have taken her about 30 minutes to walk there, and then 30 minutes to walk back. So she just needed some bread, and over there they stay open later. So it was probably around like, I don't know, 8 or 9 o'clock at night. So I was by myself with my brother in the house, and I was like, you know what, I'm gonna clean the house and make everything nice for my mom. You know, she's been through a lot. I'm gonna just like make sure she comes home to a clean house and stuff. So my backyard has a little patio area, so that's where we would put our broom and everything. So I remember getting up and going outside to the patio, and I go outside and the broom, I'm like looking for the broom, like, oh, it's probably on this other side. So there's like this, you come out and you kind of go this way. So I go there and I see our broom, so I grab it, and when I turn, I see this huge like mass of just like, oh my gosh, like a huge mass of a shadow that's like human and like a beast at the same time. It was so big, and my dog starts barking at it, like it's barking, and all I remember is like dropping the broom and like running back inside the house, and I push the door closed and I lock it, and my door is like pounding. It's pounding, and like, oh my gosh, look at, I'm having like all these goosebumps right now, and like it's like pounding back, and I'm like, oh my gosh, you know. And then my dog is barking, and I felt so bad leaving my dog out there, but I was so scared to open the door. And mind you, I was 12, so my dog is like barking at something, and suddenly my door stops shaking, and then like things calm down, and I'm breathing in and breathing out. So I'm like, okay, I know what was outside was not normal. I'm just going to grab my brother and grab some paint and like, you know, those face paint things, and I'm just going to pretend none of that happened, and I didn't hear my dog anymore. And I was like, okay, I'm just going to like go, and we're going to go in front of a mirror and do face painting, because my brother was like, what's going on? And I wanted to be really brave, like nothing happened. And I'm like, okay, we should be good and safe inside. And so I grab face paint, and I'm like, you know, Greg, let's get your face painted. Let's do clown faces or something, or something like, you know, whatever, just to distract us. So that's what we were doing. So we got chairs and we stood in front of the mirror, and we're just like painting our faces. And we're at this point, I'm like better, and we're laughing at each other and stuff. And while we're doing it, my brother and I see this like white flash from our bathroom straight into my mom's room. So it went across into her room, and our radio turned up all the frickin' way. And then all the stuff that she had on her armoire, like her closet, like ones that you just buy and put there, just fell all off of there, and it just fell, and you can hear it like falling. And then my brother and I are like freaking out. We're like, what the, like, you know, we're little kids. So like I run into her room to like turn off the radio, and when I turn it off, I see all these bags of clothes just plop down onto the floor, just like nothing. Like I'm like, okay, so we're by ourselves. There's no one here. This is freaky. And my brother and I start crying, and we go into the kitchen, and we're just hugging each other, looking all silly with our face paint, and these tears are coming out of our eyeballs. And that's when my mom walks in, and she's like, what's going on? What's going on? And I'm like, and we tell her, and she's like, she was cussing like a sailor, and she grabs her Bible and she goes out, and she does not even hesitate, and walks out to the outside to where the patio is, and opens the door and starts like, in the name of Jesus Christ, I tell you, you're not welcome in my house, and like all these things. And she has her Bible and like all of these things. And when she gets out there, she sees like this thing, like she sees like this face, like a wolf face with red eyes, and she's like, you get out of here and whatever. And mind you that our patio is gated, so there's a little area there that you can kind of see through the outside, and everything is campo, which means everything is like a field with cactuses and stuff. And so she sees this like wolf with like red eyes, and she starts getting even madder. And she's like cussing and just saying like, Jesus, in the name of Jesus Christ, you're not welcome here, God, and just all this other stuff. She storms back in, she grabs us and hugs us, and she just like, she's like, it's okay, I'm here now, we'll be okay. And things were a little bit better when she was there that night, but you could still like hear movement around the house, and we were all together, and I swear my house was like that for, I don't know, forever. We later find out, after a little bit of research, because it wouldn't stop, that house, and it was actually a newer house, it hasn't been up very long, was built on what used to be a cemetery. So there used to be a cemetery there, and they just dug up all the bodies, like all the caskets, and like, you know, all those things, and they transferred it like a few blocks down. And so if there was a body, which I wouldn't be surprised, or if there was any like practices or things like that, it would have probably been done there. So we think that whoever did that curse or left those shoes or whatever you want to call it just ignited all that negativity and all that bad stuff. And I swear, like, that was the worst time ever. That was the scariest experiences I would have. Like, you sometimes would wake up in the middle of the night and see like shadows walking by. So yeah, that's my story for you today. That's how I got involved into the paranormal world, I guess you can say. But yeah, I'll have one more story coming up for you before October 31st. And if you have any questions, just feel free to send me a Twitter message, Snapchat, Facebook, or comment below, and I will be responding to all of your comments. And I hope you have a great day.